What laser to buy? Man, that was a question that I toiled over. Toiled over. Um, I had been on 3 or 4 laser groups, following those guys, trolling them out. Originally I was convinced that I was going to buy a Glowforge. I was like, buying a Glowforge. Those YouTube videos were really good. And after I mentioned on one of those laser sites that I was thinking about buying a Glowforge, and everybody went crazy on me, it caused me to look at it a little more. Listen, in a perfect world, everybody would go buy an Apple Log or a Trolltech. People don't have 30 grand. I definitely didn't. So then you get into Chinese lasers. So starting at a K40, they're like $400 or $500, and going all the way up to different levels of Chinese lasers. What was important to me, because I have a business, and once I start doing something, I don't want downtime. I don't want any problems. I've talked about that before. I don't want any problems. I wanted a Chinese laser that was distributed by an American company, somebody that would offer customer service, somebody that would teach me. I had never used a laser before. So I needed somebody to train me, teach me, walk me through stuff, be on the phone when I need them. I looked at Thunder, I looked at Aeon, and I looked at Boss Lasers. Those were the three that I kind of narrowed it down to. Called them, talked to them all, checked out their product on the website. I ended up going with Aeon and buying a Mira 7. The reason that we went with Aeon, a couple of different reasons. They had great reviews. They have no outside anything. Everything is built right in the cabinet. So there's no separate chiller, no separate air compressor. It is literally a desktop, a big desktop laser. Everything is inside that box. Danny Martinez and Jesse, those guys down at Aeon, were fantastic. I called them on the phone and talked to them. Actually, during a hurricane, they were boarding windows up. And they said, hey, man, if you want to come down, we'll train you. And if you buy a laser, we'll give you your plane ticket money back. So I said, well, can't really beat that. And we were already going down there for business. We were in Daytona, which was about an hour away from Melbourne, which is where Aeon was. We went over, got trained, and bought the laser that day. They shipped it to us. It is a Chinese laser, but they go all the way through it. They take it apart. They go through it. Because they want to be able to service you and take care of you. They want to know everything inside there's right. And they did. And Rob at Aeon, I called him. Any type of tutorial stuff I need to do, you set an appointment with the guy. He can log into your computer, so you're going through it together. It's fantastic. I mean, they've really been great customer service-wise. We've been running the laser for a year. No problems. No problems. The thing is a beast. And I think that out of the Chinese lasers, it's the fastest. It's very fast. With that being said, now that I have experience, would I go back to Aeon again? I love Aeon. I may roll the dice with the less expensive laser, because I think all in on my Mira 7, by the time we bought the chucks and rotaries and whatever else, we probably spent $10,000. And it is a pretty big bed, the Mira 7. There's only one desktop they have that's bigger than that. But there's a guy named Devin Lee. He's on the Facebook groups. And a lot of people talk really good about him. And he's direct from China. But now that I have a little more experience with the laser, I may roll the dice that way. If it saves me a lot of money. If it doesn't save me a lot of money, I would definitely go back to Aeon. But I'm super happy with my Aeon laser. And that's the choice we made. And listen, for anybody that's on the fence, don't buy a Glowforge. And people will say a lot of times, well, it's internet-based, cloud-based, that's why it's junk. Man, look, if you can't do cups, you're going to spend $6,000 or $7,000 on a laser, and you can't do tumblers, you can't do powder-coated tumblers. It's one of my biggest sellers. It's one of every laser person's biggest sellers. So it's crazy to spend that kind of money on a piece of equipment that you cannot do. You can't do cups. You don't need that camera. I promise you, you don't. And you can put a camera in any of these for like $100 or something. It's not expensive. And Lightburn has to be the best software to use for a laser, period. I mean, I've looked at all of them, and it's a gravy train. It does so much stuff automatically for you. It's a good program. So that's the direction I went in. Not bad mouth than anybody that has a K40. You know, if that's your budget, I know a lot of people right now. I've seen somebody today posting stuff they're cutting on a K40 and they're just tickled as pigs and shit. If that works for you, cool. But I don't have any tolerance for downtime. You know, once we get a product going, we need to be able to turn that product out. So I haven't had any downtime with my Aeon, and I know that with K40s, you know, I'm in a group that's just K40 people, and they customize that thing and they do all this stuff to it, and I don't have the time for that. So we spent more money and bought a better laser, and we're happy with our purchase. But I mean, it's budget driven. If you don't have $10,000 or $5,000 or $6,000, then that's the way you got to go. Try it out. Like I said, I know people who are having no problems with it, but you will at some point have to work on it for sure. So that's why I bought an Aeon laser. Till next time.